our goal when we got here, and our theme with Art in the Embassy, was immigration and migration. And another thing that George and I were really struck by when we drove across the United States was, why did our ancestors decide to move from Philadelphia and New York and Montreal to Oregon? What was it? What was that made them want to get in a horse-drawn wagon or an oxen-drawn wagon and cross the United States of America? And so we started talking about this migration and immigration, and thought that that would be a great theme for us to use with Art in the Embassies. So what we did was, we have a picture here that was my grandparents, and it's the Scottish countryside, because most of our ancestors immigrated from Scotland. And so we start with that picture, which belongs to us, and then we move across the United States of America. So you go to New York, Pennsylvania, you go to the Midwest, you see the plains, and then you end up at the top of the entrance staircase, you end up with a picture of Mount Hood, Oregon, which belongs to us. We love mountain scenes and we love landscapes. And so our ancestors traveled across the United States from Europe, and then they got to Oregon, and then you go to the top of the stairs, and I feel like, honestly, there's a bit of a full circleness here. There's a completion of the cycle. I mean, I can't imagine our great-grandparents thinking that we would end up living, 3 generations later, we would end up living back in Europe where they immigrated from. So all of the art that's in the flag room is ours, and then you have the pink room, which is Art in the Embassy, and then the green room, which is our artwork as well. The art in what we call the pink room upstairs is a collection of roses, and it's quite contemporary and whimsical, but I love it. And that's Lisa Pavlov Cohen's work. And so anyway, I'm very excited about that. We have a beautiful one that we just purchased here, well, about 2 years ago now, of the Holy Family. And we have that side by side with the Italian Madonna and then this Portuguese Holy Family, so you can see the different styles. Early 1500s. So, so they're the same genre, if you will, but they're very different, and we like to have the comparison of these two together. Plus, we love the Holy Family. And most of the time when you're looking at sacred art, you have either a single individual or you have a Madonna and a child. So to have the Holy Family together and to bring St. Joseph in is really important to us. And so we look for that. I also have a painting that we bought here that is just St. Joseph and the baby Jesus, and you don't often see that. So that's a piece that I love especially as well, and it's in the green room. I love what we call the green room. It has a beautiful chandelier. I believe it's Murano, although they do make beautiful crystal chandeliers here in Portugal. I don't think that one is Portuguese, I think it's Italian. And it's green, and so the walls are green. Green happens to be my favorite color. And we've been able to display a lot of our personal artwork in the green room, and so I go in there, and not only is it a beautiful room with a beautiful ceiling and a beautiful chandelier, and the beautiful rugs that are hand loomed here in Portugal, it feels like home to me because most of our artwork is in there. So yeah, I have a Madonna and Child that we actually got in Italy, in a beautiful from an art gallery in a beautiful town called Lago d'Orta. So it's near Lake Como, but it's its own little beautiful town. And we were there and we saw this painting, and at first I didn't like it because I felt like the baby Jesus had a dirty face. Now, I'm the mother of 3 boys, and the Madonna looks like my grandmother. Some pictures that I have of my grandmother when she was a very young woman. And so I loved that, and then I thought to myself, oh my gosh, Mary, you have 3 boys. You never go out of the house without at least one dirty face. And so why does that, and so then I really started to be endeared towards that painting. And then the St. Joseph that I'm particularly drawn to is Rarely do you see just St. Joseph with the baby Jesus. It's either the Holy Family or it's Madonna and the Child. And then, I can go on forever.